Right, welcome back to another video, and today I am going to be talking about Leicester City. Now, if you didn't know, I am actually a Leicester City fan, right? So I just wanted to specify that before we get into the video, just to let you know that this is my team and my thoughts on my team. So obviously, there's only been one game week so far, and we drew 2-2 with Brentford. Now, the main things I wanted to talk about in this video are the players and the mentality of the team in the past couple of years. So, notoriously, in the past couple of years, Leicester City have been bottlers, essentially, right, lads? They've been bottlers, and that isn't, like, controversial to say. We saw it literally this week, where the team was 2-0 up, coasting against the Brentford team, which has zero creativity, pretty much. Like, they've got good players, but like, they don't have Christian Eriksen anymore. They're not the best team in the Premier League, right? We were 2-0 up, coasting, playing really well, and then at 60 minutes, like, I don't know what happens. Like, Ivan Toney scores. I don't know if that was at 60. I can't remember. But, like, they score, and then I look at the notification and think it is inevitable that this team scores again and we get a draw or lose. And that's what happened. Like, it's so easy to predict now. As soon as a team gets back on top and gets back in the game, right, we bottle it. And this is the same thing. We saw it. Where those 2 seasons where we could have come fourth. We came 5th both times, got into the Europa League instead of the Champions League. And that is bottling. Like, I didn't think it at the time. Yeah, I thought, Europa League, I'll take that. I'd take Europa League anyway. But you had a chance to get into the Champions League. Like, I've been to a Leicester City Champions League game before. Right, I've been to one, and it's magic there, man. Like, if any of you have ever been to, like, a Champions League game of your team, it's magic, and it's one of the best experiences you could ever have. But one of the worst things about this team is the mentality, and some of the actions which, like, this team does. Like, Brendan Rodgers, right? I know I'm all over the place right now, but I'm just talking about my thoughts on it. Brendan Rodgers, last game, literally took off, I think it was Dewsbury Hall, he took off a midfielder and put on Daka. Now, I really like Daka. Daka's one of my favourite players in the whole of the Leicester squad. But when you're 2-1 up, you're taking off a central midfielder for a striker. What kind of management is that? Like, why? Why would you do that? Why would you not keep, like, one of the best players on the pitch, you know? Like, and it's moves like that where you just think, what is going on? And then starting Daniel Amati over Soyuncu. Now, I don't know if Soyuncu had a problem, he was injured or whatever, or if he didn't fancy him, but Daniel Amati is not the answer. Daniel Amati, in my opinion, was at fault for pretty much both goals. He was involved in the, like, conceding of both goals. Like, he stood off Josh Da Silva so much that this guy had no one in front of him except for Daniel Amati just backtracking the other way. And I'm thinking to myself, as soon as I saw the Daniel Amati playing our centre-back, even if it's the 3rd centre-back, I am not happy. Because I'd rather not. I'd rather play 4 at the back. Because Daniel Amati is one of the worst defenders that I've ever seen. Oh! It's like, why? Why would you start him? And then you've got the issue of, I hate the transfer rumours, lads. Transfer rumours are ruining my life with Leicester, man. Like, this is why I like basketball. Not more than football, but why I can get behind my team more in basketball. Because football, you sell all your best players. How is it in one transfer window? Transfer rumours about our players leaving. Schmeichel, Fofana, Maddison, Vardy, Tielemans. That is 50% of our starting 11 being, like trade rumours, essentially. Being transfer rumours and stuff like that. They're being linked to everywhere. Maddison, 60 million to Newcastle. Fofana, 18 million to Chelsea. Tielemans, 30 million to Arsenal, Man United. Like, Vardy to Chelsea. Schmeichel's gone to Nice for no reason other than he probably just wants to go and live there. And it's probably quite a nice place, Nice is. So I respect it. I don't have a problem with Schmeichel leaving. He's been there for like 10 years. I respect it. Like, he can do what he wants. He also can play, I think Nice have got into the Europa Conference League, like, qualifiers, so they should easily get into that, so he could win that, I guess. Maybe he just wants to play a bit more, like, European football, challenge in a league a bit more, because Nice actually came 5th last season, I think it was. And I think that he also just wants a nice place to live. I mean, Nice is in my opinion, a lot better place than Leicester to live. I'll tell you that for free. But, like, Schmeichel going and Danny Ward staying isn't the biggest issue, because I think that was always the plan for Leicester. As soon as Schmeichel left, you've got Danny Ward. Like, it's a natural progression. Danny Ward is a good goalkeeper, and people thought that Kasper Schmeichel was being a lot more consistent than he actually was. Schmeichel in the past couple of years has not been that consistent. Like, when you watch him, he has really good games and really bad games where he just won't make a save, or he'll make 10 outstanding saves and be the man of the match. And that's just how Schmeichel was over the past couple of years. He was very inconsistent. That's my opinion. Other Leicester fans might have a different opinion. My opinion, my thoughts. And then, it's like, how can I get behind a team when people are making these transfer rumours? Can see Fofana leaving, which would like really upset me. Fofana and Tielemans I can actually see leaving, especially if Chelsea offer 85 million. It's quite likely that Fofana will leave for that, and I would not be surprised, to be honest. I could see Tielemans leaving as well on the last year of his contract. I don't think he really wants to be there anymore. And I'm not being funny, like, if we lose all these players, obviously I don't think we'll lose Vardy and Maddison, but if we've lost 3 key players in a transfer window, and we're the only team in the top 7 leagues in Europe who have not signed a player. Not one. How? Why? I get it. Like, the team's struggling for money, right? It's struggling for money, so I get it. But that doesn't mean you need to sell everyone, right? We don't need to do that, because as soon as you sell 3 of your starting 11 and you haven't bought anyone to subsidise that, it's looking like you could be in a relegation-like situation. And that, I know that's a bit premature, because we came 5th like 2 seasons ago. We came 8th last season. It's not bad. But, like, we're in a situation where we came 8th with that team last season. And then if you take Fofana, you take Tielemans, you take Schmeichel out of that team, it's like a bottom half team, like a low bottom half team. It's on level with, like, Crystal Palace, Brighton. It's not a good team if you're taking these players out. And yeah, you'll generate a decent amount of money from Fofana and Tielemans, but is it worth it? Like, is it worth it? Oh, you've got like 110 million, let's say, for example, from 2 players. That's great, but you know what week we're in? The transfer window hasn't got long before it shuts. If you want to, like, get players in, you've got to negotiate, you've got to make all the plans. Like, Leicester might have all these plans, but I haven't seen us linked to anyone. No one. And it's just like, if we keep going down the rate we're going, we're going to turn into someone that's going to be fighting relegation rather than fighting for top 4. And that is the reality of what I'm seeing from the Leicester team right now. It's going downhill, and the mentality is so done. And I don't know whether that's Brendan Rodgers' fault. I don't know whether that's the players. I'm not confident if Fofana leaves that we're going to have a good replacement for him. I don't want to play Amati, and I don't really want to play Soyuncu. Horrible. Soyuncu is so horrible at, like, passing and, like, just being smart. Like, do you know what I mean? He'll just make stupid fouls and stupid decisions the whole time. I've seen him do it countless times, and I don't know why I'm surprised every time he does it. It's like, oh, who's giving away the penalty? Oh, it's Soyuncu or Daniel Amati, probably. But this is just like a little rant on my team, because I'm seeing everyone linked to every different team possible. Like Newcastle, even Harvey Barnes was linked to Newcastle as well. It's like, what is going on with our team? We need to get a right winger in, really, to be successful, because otherwise that flank is dead, pretty much. All you've got there is basically Mark Albrighton, essentially, right? We need that. And if we're selling Fofana, we need a centre-back. I don't want to play Daniel Amati or Soyuncu. Especially not in a 2 either. That would be awful. And then if we're selling Tielemans, I'm not too worried about that, because you've got Samare, who isn't great, but he's not bad. It's not been a great window for us, or a great, like, off-season. But we'll see what happens in the Prem. I'm actually scared of relegation. I'm going to be honest. Thanks for watching the video, guys.